Hello, my name is Jerron. I'm here to talk about Michael Phelps and his career. Um, Michael Phelps' life was uh, like a normal life. He uh, he had two sisters. He was the youngest. Um, his parents was married. His older sister um, was into swimming. Um, and as a kid, he can remember her waking up 7 a.m., going to practice, and just doing the routine. It's very funny though, because when Michael Phelps started swimming, he hated the water. He said he didn't like it. He didn't even want to get his face wet in the water. But he had a teacher who pushed him and made sure he was going to learn how to swim. Um, and as a kid, that could be fun and enjoyment, but it could be hard at the same time because when you challenge a kid, if they're not used to being challenged, um, it's very hard for them. But when he said once he figured out how to swim, he loved it. Um, at a young age, he had to deal with some adversity because he didn't understand what it meant when his mom told him that his dad wasn't going to be living there, right? He just thought, oh, he's just probably going somewhere for a couple days and coming back. But that's not what it meant. His parents was actually getting a divorce. He handled it okay because he didn't understand. But over his life of time, when he started to get older, um, it played an effect on him. Um, he um, he started swimming at this place after he learned how to swim called NBAC. They had a coach, he just swam. He felt like he fitted in with the swimmers. Um, Even though he did, at a young age, when he was 10 and under, he played a lot of sports. He played lacrosse. He asked his mom if he could play football. She wasn't for that. Um, and he just fitted in. But he felt as swimming, he fitted in the best. Um, um, and then after that, it just went on from there. Um, he liked to swim with the older kids when he was a little kid because he felt important, right? He felt important and he felt welcome, right? If he swim with the older kids, um, and then he met this one coach when he joined this program at NBAC, called Bob, and he felt Bob was pretty interesting. Why? Because Bob called people out, right? Had no problem telling you what you're doing wrong, what you need to do. Um, so that's new for some people because parents, they're like, don't call my kid out, but Bob, he was going to call your kid out if he didn't do something that he said. Um, he also thought play. He also thought he liked every sport. So one day he went to a baseball game and his pitcher was talking to his friend and Phelps wanted an autograph. Um, and his dad told him to wait, right? Because it's rude to interrupt somebody. So when that player was done, the player started walking off, and Michael called him, and the player never came back. So Michael didn't understand, like, Dad, why couldn't I get his autograph? You know what I'm saying? And that's when his first time in his life he figured out pro athletes wasn't all nice. Like pro athletes could be rude. So in his mind, he hated that feeling because so when you know how he knew how that felt, and he didn't want to make another kid ever feel like that. Um, and so that means if Michael Phelps becomes a pro, any kid that wants an autograph, every kid that wants an autograph, he's going to give it. Even if he can't give it now, um, he would tell you where he's going to be later so you can get that autograph. So he really made sure every kid got an autograph. Um, so one day, um, you know, Mike is swimming with Bob, And Bob was a very hard coach, right? He demanded a lot for Michael, but at first Michael didn't understand why he demanded a lot, because I guess Bob understood, Michael, you can be really, really good, right, as a swimmer. And so his sister overheard Bob being hard on Michael. Uh, Michael mom found out. Michael mom sent a letter to the coach. Why are you so hard on my son? And then Bob told her, I'm hard because I believe in your son. And I'm gonna stand by it. You know, and as a teenager, Michael was only 11, 12. He went on his first date with a girl to Jurassic Park. Very funny. They enjoyed the date, and that's when he got his first kiss at the movies. He said he was excited and shocked at the same time, but he loved it. Her name was Molly. And I guess from there, he said they all began dating. And then Michael, by age 13, Bob told his mom, Michael mom, that he was going to swim in the Olympics. And that's when Michael's life changed. The first Olympics he went to was in Sydney, and then he didn't understand the fast swimmers swam in the middle and the slow swimmers swam on the outside. And then he came in second. You know, he was excited. And then when he came back, everybody thought he was a hero. And when he got back, this is how you know your life changed. You go from nobody to now. Michael threw out the first pitch at the Orioles baseball game. That's a big deal, right? Only presidents and famous people do that. But this kid's only 12 years old. He went to the Baltimore Ravens scrimmage, right, facility and watched the scrimmage and was introduced. Michael also had a great saying. He said, the greatest things in the world is not so much where we stand, it's where we're going, right? So he understood, I know how good I am or how I am now, but this is not where I want to be forever. I want to be better, and I want to be better than before. Michael had a good hype song right before a swim. He always played A Perfect Gentleman by Wyclef Khalif Jean. And he said he always had it on repeat. That was his game mode song that kept him in it. And Michael always enjoyed food. He said he could eat for days. And then one day he found this one restaurant in his hometown. And he said he went there 2-3 times a week. Got the same thing. He tried everything on the menu, but then he got his normal egg sandwich with lettuce, tomatoes, extra mayonnaise. You know, he loved it. And one thing about Michael, he loved to train also. He said, I love to train. And when you love to train, that means you love the process of getting to the top. By age 15, 16, Michael and his family discussed they think he should get an agent. And so they talked to this lady that worked at NBAC. Her name was Anita, and she did the things for him at first. Because she didn't like agents, because she's like, they're a waste of money and all that. But an agent also helps you get promotions and get sponsors. And so that's then later on they found a good agent. His name was Morgan. And they saw him on TV, and they saw an interview of him, and they felt like he would be the perfect one. So in 2002, he got he met with Frank Morgan and his interviews, and that's where they started.